Student loans, credit cards, auto loans. You are in debt, up to your eyeballs. What do you do? 1062 for the ETF Trust, SPY. So when it comes to debt repayment, there are two commonly shared debt repayment methods, and those are the avalanche method and the snowball method. Now, a few people on my channel have commented recommending Dave Ramsey, and he uses the snowball method, and I'm going to show you both in an interactive spreadsheet today, both the snowball method and the avalanche method, which one works better and why, and it actually depends on you a lot. So let's go through this. I'm going to go over a typical student loan profile. This is a real person's profile, and I'm also adding in the auto loan from my girlfriend last week. And so we can get through this together. Let's go through it. Let's go through this spreadsheet. We're looking at $61,000 of debt. That's the total payoff today for this profile. And that's crazy. What this debt mat shows you right on the front is a pie chart. And this is my favorite visualization tool for debt repayment because the pie chart shows you a couple very important things. It shows you the total interest that you're going to pay back to the banks, and it also shows you the total principal, which is the payoff today. What I like to do is the avalanche method, and I like to shrink that orange pie chart. I like to get that as small as possible so that the people that I'm working with have the most money in their pockets. And this tool is a way of comforting them. And so let's go through this. So Dave Ramsey advocates the snowball method. If we follow Dave's method, we would remove the lowest amount first. We would pay off the lowest debt first and not pay attention to the interest rate. Pay attention to the total interest amount. This is the total interest that we'll pay after paying off all our debt. Let's see what happens when we delete this amount. Boom. So this goes down to $12,376. So you saved yourself about 400 bucks. That's pretty good. But what about if we took that 1964 and applied it to our highest interest loan? This is where the snowball method falls apart. So we subtract the amount that we were going to pay there. Instead, we pay it towards the highest interest loan. Enter. Drops down to $11,909 total interest that we pay. So you save, geez, 800 bucks in interest. That's awesome. 800 bucks versus 400 bucks. This is a no-brainer. And there's no excuse not to use the avalanche method these days because we have these modeling tools like Excel that make it super easy for us to visualize this and see what the most effective strategy is for our personal finances. So going through this, what I did was I broke up each loan and I did a weighted average of the loan amounts. So the auto loan, the weighted average is just the auto loan amount. And the private loan weighted average is 5.44%. The equation, you can see it up here. If I double click it, you can see what cells I use. I use the formula sum product. You get the weighted average when you divide by the total loan balance right here. And so we divide by cell H6, and that gives us our weighted average. And for the total loan balance here, you can see we have $60,957 and this amount. Now, if I delete the auto loan just to see what our student loans are looking like, take a look at this. Our loan balance for student loans is $49,354 and our weighted average is 4.8. This one, total interest paid, is not going to show up because I have the auto total interest here. So if I delete that, it should show up. $12,273 in interest. I'll put it back. All right, everything's back in place now. Now let's take a look at these amortization tables. I shared these amortization tables with you last week with the auto loan. And what I want to show you here is you can lay out all your debt in different amortization tables, and you can see the different percentages and interest that you'll pay. So this auto loan is not going to cost us a lot of money going forward, so we're going to leave that alone. This federal loan, 17% of what we pay back is going to be interest. And this private loan, 23% of what we pay back is going to be interest. So if we go back to this page and we delete that big 7.8% loan and then go back here, you can see the interest drops off to 20%. That's great. That is the avalanche method at work. And the most important thing with the avalanche method is visualizing it through a tool like Excel because it's very comforting. When you show this to people, they are comforted by it. and you are saving them thousands and thousands of dollars. At the end of the day, what you're looking to do is make a decision on what you want to go after. One more thing I want to show you before we head out here. Let's go back to the auto loan. So with the auto loan, I didn't know, I used the data from last week. I didn't know how much time was left on the loan. I knew that the loan started on the 15th. And so what I did is I put in what I knew. The scheduled monthly payment thing here is actually a formula. And so we can't just edit that to get our years. And so in order to find our years, I used goal seek. Data, what if analysis, goal seek. Let's say the scheduled monthly payment was, I don't know, 300. And then we would want to find this amount by changing the cell D6. Watch what happens. Excel will automatically find the term remaining on your loan. This is useful for some student loans because they don't show you this stuff. They keep the end payoff date and they don't adjust when you pay early. It's very important to be able to model this. Someone made an extra payment on their loan and it popped up and said no payment due until 2019. But if you ignore that, you pay off your stuff early, you can get out of paying a lot of interest. It's important to pay attention to that. And I like using Excel because it's super easy for me to model this stuff. What I guess I want you to take away from this is the avalanche method is superior to the snowball method. And if you're not comfortable with that, then don't do it. But if you are comfortable with it, it helps to model it. You lay out all your loan amounts in an Excel spreadsheet. You put up different amortization tables to the different lenders so you can have the different timelines of when your payments are due. The other popular thing that I see people doing with student loans is consolidating. So this person wanted to consolidate and the rate that they were quoted was 5.5%. Their weighted average rate is less than that, so it would not be smart for this person to consolidate. Again, that all depends on your personal financial circumstances. But modeling everything like this in Excel can help you visualize where you stand, and it helps you get out of debt because you know which debts are most important to tackle. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. I will be posting finance videos every Friday, and next week I will be sharing with you how I have made extra money from home. And making extra money is a great way to help pay down debt. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you enjoy your car.